My name is John Okewale. Yeah, and it's a pleasure to have this awesome event at this time. It's the LaNA in Nigeria program that's anchored by the UNESCO IIEP, the IEA in Hamburg, IEP is in Paris, NIEPA in Ondo in Nigeria, and UBEC, of course, a national organization as well. The workshop is taking place between the 21st and the 25th of October in NIEPA, Ondo State. Now, after that, we're going to send test administrators across 12 states of the 6 geopolitical zones in Nigeria for them to administer some tests with grade 4 or basic 4 learners. So after that, we gather the data together, and in conjunction with IEA, the data is going to be processed and we're going to have a dissemination of the results. So this is actually an adaptation stage with the IEA instrument for LaNA.
LaNA is a literacy and numeracy assessment, and it's actually set up for grade 4 students here in Nigeria, where we are here to pilot. Now, if we look at way back, we can see that Nigeria in particular, we have a problem with data, as either it's not available or probably the level of quality is very low. And this is kind of challenge for the policymakers to make informed decisions on educational development in Nigeria. So LaNA is coming at a time where Nigeria needs to, a kind of reawakening in the educational sector. So we hope that the data that we're able to collect in this pilot study will be able to provide like an informed, insights for policymakers in education.
I'm here representing the International Association for the Evaluation of Educational Achievement, the IEA. Admittedly, lots of words for just a few letters. We're here in Nigeria to pilot the literacy and numeracy assessment. That's a study of the IEA. The IEA is an international corporate conducting international large-scale assessments all over the world. One of the most famous, most known ones are TIMSS and PEARLS, but also ICLS and ICCS. LaNA is a little bit, can be considered as a little bit the little sister of TIMSS and PEARLS. It's an assessment tailor-made for countries' educational systems where TIMSS and PEARLS may be too difficult, not only in terms of the actual assessment, but also in terms of the administration or the tasks, because yielding high-quality data is a difficult, very time-consuming and costly endeavor, and it's a long production assembly line. And LaNA tries to fill a little bit the gap between what's the reality in certain educational systems, but still be able to yield high-quality data. And we're here to pilot and teach the standardized methodologies we use in all these administrations for IEA studies. We had a really interesting, very fruitful first day here at the workshop in Ondo. I'm particularly grateful and happy to see all this enthusiasm the workshop participants showed today. I can see then the quality of the questions and the willingness to work along. And I think we've had a very successful and very good first day.
And I must say, as a planning institution, we appreciate this particular project because during our experience as a planner with state in the development of education sector strategic planning, when we do this situation analysis of state, one of the major challenges identified is learning outcomes, poor learning outcomes among our children, most especially at the basic education level. And for basic education level, it comprises of the pre-primary, primary, and the junior secondary school. Then what could we have done to survey this situation? And I think if we take a drastic step like this, early identification of learning assessment, looking into the students' learning situation in the classroom, how productive are they, how competent are the teacher in their ability to do effective teaching and learning of these children, we'll be able to know. Then with this project, we'll be able to have a kind of evidence data for planning in addressing the issue of poor learning outcomes in our school. And not only that, we'll be able to place on board a certain remediation, maybe trying to look into where teachers' pedagogy aspect can be improved so that students can actually learn better in primary as well as at the junior secondary level. In fact, I must say this, some of our partners outside, they are anxiously waiting for the reports of this pilot testing to see what is exactly happening in situation, especially in all those states. And I'm assuring the team here that for NIEPA, we are ready to scale this thing up, God's willing, so that it will be part of our diagnosis when we are doing sector diagnosis to look into the situation as it affects learning in classroom setting. And also to pass as a policy recommendation to Federal Ministry of Education as well as UBEC. I'm glad the UBEC team are here. They have the mandate for basic education service delivery in Nigeria. And with this pilot testing, once we get the output of the pilot testing, it's going to be wow for policymakers so that they can see that there is need to go back to drawing board based on the results. If there is need to continuously build the capacity of the teachers, either on this area of pedagogy, and also to address maybe there are salient issues in the curriculum that has to do with whatever the outcome or the output of this pilot is going to bring on board. So it's like we are all anticipating.
This linkage now will give back to further opportunities that we have technical experts from IEP. Now that we have the IEA, we have technical experts coming to collaborate with NIEPA. And the few people that are being trained now in this current ongoing workshop, they are charged to disseminate the information, cascade the workshop to widen the coverage in the education sector in Nigeria.
Hi, my name is Miyoko Saito. I am from the UNESCO International Institute for Educational Planning. The Institute is actually have been working on the capacity building programs in all over the countries, the member states of UNESCO. When I was a little bit younger, I also had an experience of building a network of African countries in order to do the learning assessment. And I think Nigeria has a capacity to do something similar, which means that Nigeria can give an example of carrying out the assessment with the IEA methodology, which is a high standard, then to have collected data, using the data, and then the data can be used by different level of the Ministry of Education, including the parents, students, the teachers, as well as the school head, and why not the inspectors, the regional directors, and some other, the teachers, representative of the teachers union, for example. So there's a lot of possibility once the data are collected to be used. But then when that's collected and then when it's time to do the analysis, it could be also possible to invite some other neighboring countries to give a showcase as what Nigeria was able to do. And then I'm sure that other neighboring countries also would like to have the similar kind of capacity building experience that Nigeria is having right now. So if that's the case, then that would be a kind of a beginning point of having this Western African network of doing this kind of assessment.